Good morning, YouTube. How y'all doing? Well, did they create this storm? Well, Monograph put the request out, and in the video, he asked certain information. Well, in this video right here, Dutch goes through and explains and finds several different things by using Jim Lee's Climate Viewer and some other websites as well to show the information. And sorry about the dogs, but I can't do nothing about it. But anyway, there's a lot of information here. And here's another particular, here's a little bit about the storm itself of the Cat 5. And then here is a link to this full page, which I didn't put the full page here because it's a very large page. It takes a little bit of time for it to load, but don't worry about that. It'll load. You just have to wait for it. There's a couple of different videos here. This is a good one to watch as well. And does any of y'all remember the little experiment I did with my ham radio equipment by showing you plasma and it melting the ends of my antenna leads that I put on the top to do the experiment? Well, I have two of those videos here to explain them to you. And right here is the UN Weather Weapons Treaty. Okay, it's a PDF you can read. And on down here, on down, it just shows you a couple of pictures of HAARP. Not to say that this was HAARP, because I'm not saying that. I'm just giving you the illustration of the different things and the way these antennas and all the other ones operate. Now down here is the photographs, as you've seen right there, and you can see the rotation now. So you watch it when it hits again. Bam. Now it starts rotating. You see it rotate? I mean, within minutes of it hitting, it starts turning. It starts spinning. See? Boom. And then it starts spinning. Okay. Now, it's my personal opinion that it was induced by man. Just my opinion. And it's pretty much dead proof that it's done by man. There's going to be a lot of people to deny, to discredit, and tell you that CO2 is created by man too. And they want to take your, they want to mash the button and watch you explode because you won't give you won't do 10%. Like Al Gore and the Microsoft King that wants to give everybody a shot and put you to sleep. There's a bunch of people. There's a whole bunch of links here. Climate Viewer, Dutch Census, his blog. There's all kinds of links. We got a bunch of links on HAARP, guys. We do. Between me and Dutch and Jim Lee, we've got a shitload of links on all weather modification. That's what we do. Or it's what we generally do. But there's a lot of disinformation about that going on. And that's a bad thing, folks. Really is. But this right here being the biggest storm to ever hit land, Not to say that it's actually the biggest, but the biggest one that's ever hit land in human history is, you know, it's very, very inquisitive. Now, Monty asked a question: could it be a certain person? Hey, he may be on something there, but I can't answer that question either. Not 100%. None of us can. But I guarantee you this: there is an agenda behind hiding, claiming that HAARP was shut down, using bogus information. 30 days later, it comes out on the ARRL website and says that it's closed. The only thing that was ever closed was the website itself. Nick Begich come out first before he had full access to all the information, and he said that it was closed. But then he come back and says he misunderstood exactly everything that they were talking about. It was only closed for a short period of time. Not closed, but they were just on layoff. They don't transmit much during the summer because of the hot days. If any of you understand what I'm trying to say, the amplifiers that they use create a lot of heat, and it's better to transmit something with that much power when it's cold outside, and it doesn't, when it's cold up there and there's snow on the ground, it's cold. So they can transmit longer periods of time in the winter, okay? Because the heat dissipation, it won't get as hot. In other words, it's keeping it a whole lot cooler, because those fans that are in those things are pulling cold air from straight outside. They might be glowing completely, blood red from the heat, like a heater core. An electric heater, you know how the core in it gets real red? They're probably transmitting like that. So if they are and they got cold air coming across them, it keeps them from burning up. They don't get to the burning, it don't get to the destruction of the metal and the elements inside. In other words, it don't melt together. It's blowing cold air through it to keep it cooled off just enough to keep it operating. So, and Monty asked last night on the radio about, they were talking, he didn't ask, he was just talking about EMPs. Now, I don't know whether you or anybody else on the radio show knows, but an EMP does not have to come from just a nuclear weapon. These radio type frequencies, it's proven, and this was done several years ago, that HAARP can knock out electrical systems. And it was done by overextending the power that those systems can handle and changing the magnetic field and reversing it around and causing everything to short out. It can be done, has been done. That's what happened to Iran at the beginning when we went after them. We didn't use EMPs, but we shut down their electrical system. We shut down their radio communications. We gapped them. And that's also why all of those guys mindly controlled during our first Iraq war just threw their hands up and gave up. They were scared. They were brought down without a gunshot fired. Now, if you're at war with somebody, do you give up like that? No, you don't give up. If you believe in what you're doing, you don't give up. Those people were scared. They were influenced by some kind of frequency. That's just my opinion. There's a lot of documentation on that, you can look it up. You may find it from links that's in here to take you to that stuff. But it's my opinion, folks, that it's not necessarily, I'm showing you pictures of HAARP because that's the stuff I got together. But there's more photos of all the rest of them. But this right here, this photo that you're seeing right now, boom, right there, and automatically start spinning, is enough proof for you to show you that there's something to it. And this down here, oh, went too far, it's up. And these right here, these experiments that I've done with the plasma coming off the antenna is enough to teach you that we have radio frequency waves everywhere. The whole world is being over radiated by radio frequency waves. And some are perfectly fine to use. They really are. But some of them are extremely intensified by microwave. Microwave frequencies is the same thing that your oven is. Okay? Your microwave oven puts out they're anywhere from about 500-600 watts to 1900 watts of microwave oven, depending on the size. And that's dangerous enough in itself. Everybody's just about got a microwave oven. Yes, the frequency stays inside and it doesn't come out, or is not supposed to. I'm sure that some does escape. But you got radio, or not radio, but telephone. All telephone anymore transmit on microwave frequencies. And that's dangerous too. It's extremely dangerous. The United States has a tower in a major city, has one every 15 to a quarter of a mile, half mile away from each other, putting out anywhere from 5,000 to 20,000 watts, give or take. Okay, because of all of the different antennas. And you do have to understand this, that those antennas are constantly transmitting. They're not shutting down. They're transmitting all the time because somebody is always talking on the phone. You all know that. You go everywhere you go, you see someone on the telephone. So those towers never stop transmitting. Never. They're constantly transmitting 50 watts per antenna. And you got a bunch of antennas on each tower. All of them are transmitting all at once. You got high voltage power lines everywhere. They can be transmitting from microwaves to everything else in the world. And we talk about the electrical grid going out from the sun. Well, that's possible because the sun puts off electrical energy. The electrical energy from the sun can cause shorts. But we have to have the electrical energy from the sun. We do not need to be blocking that energy coming from the sun. Why we're doing that, I have no clue. They say it's for global warming. Really? It's getting colder, not warmer. CO2, really? Carbon dioxide, really? Come on, man. Really? Carbon dioxide, you breathe in oxygen, you put off carbon dioxide. Trees breathe in carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen. Maybe they need to quit cutting down the trees in certain areas to where it's changing the climate somewhat. Because in Africa, they're cutting down the green forest. And if you cut down the the biggest place of oxygen that's coming from the green forest, really? Maybe that might be a problem. So maybe you dumb bastards that's doing your climate change and your climate viewing and all that, maybe you need to go over there and stop them from doing that. Get up off your dead ass and quit making stupid videos that makes you think that you're somebody and go over there and stop it. You got the money. So with that, folks, much love. I bitched a little bit. I made a video last night that I didn't like. And I'm making this one because this one's much better. So much love to y'all. Y'all have a great day. Have a great weekend. Much love.